Welcome to Living Out Loud with Bill. Living Out Loud with Bill is about living life as an epic, enthusiastic, and faith filled journey. It is about my story and your story. Each of us has built a novel as we have traveled the back roads, side roads, and freeways of life. Most important, each of our stories is worthy of telling and sharing because it connects each of us to one another. The more the inhabitants of spaceship Earth develop an understanding of one another, there will be more compassion, gratitude, forgiveness, and love among the peoples of the world. This blog will also be a good news connection, positive, inspiring, and uplifting tips and techniques, in addition to true life stories about the epic journey of ordinary people who have accomplished extraordinary deeds to overcome and triumph over the challenges that each of us encounter on our journey of life. I will share about my adventures with God on my spiritual journey and His infinite wisdom and love for each of us, and the power of prayer, our mightiest weapon, and much more regarding living out loud as an epic journey. My story: I met my wife in a foxhole in Vietnam. Actually, I prayed her to me in a foxhole in Vietnam. It was during the Tet Offensive in 1968. I was a U.S. Navy Seabee building bases around country, and I was in country about 3 months, and my experience up until that time was anything but warlike. We worked 12, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, slept in the barracks, and ate OK chow. One day we got word that our base was going to get hit, so we worked all day, built a perimeter line, and then stood guard duty all night. This went on for over 3 days. On the second night, I was in a foxhole all alone. Overhead were flying these giant fruit bats with 2 foot or greater wingspans, and I was huddled down in this foxhole, so scared my bones ached. I didn't know what else to do, so I began to pray, and I prayed and I asked God, "Dear Lord, please let me live. Let me go home to the world, find the woman of my dreams, raise a family, and make a valuable and loving difference in the lives of others." I prayed this all night. And in the morning, I found some peace. And then after the third night, we were walking back to our barracks along the trail after the general quarters had been canceled. And sunning on a rock was a bamboo viper. I went over and killed it with the butt of my M16 so it wouldn't harm any of us. And I didn't realize it then, but shortly after realized that when I killed that snake, I killed my fear. So I spent the rest of my extended tour of duty in Vietnam at peace with myself, knowing that God was protecting me, and seeing myself on that giant silver bird headed back across the Pacific to Seattle, Tacoma, where they brought us back to, and then heading home to New York. And that's exactly what happened. I landed in New York on Valentine's Day in 1969. A couple of years later, I was attending college at The Ohio State University, and I was crossing the Oval one day, saw a group of students. So I went over, and they were promoting the sailing club, and that's something that always interested me, so I accepted an invitation to go to a new members meeting. A couple of days later, arrived, went to a table, picked up some information, signed in, turned around, and as I did so, I saw this really attractive brunette in a hot pants outfit. So I followed her so I could sit near her, and as I did so, they turned out the lights to show a movie. When they did, she turned around and bumped right into me, and she's been in my life for the last 40 years. It's been an incredible journey of adventure, challenges, setbacks, triumphs, and victories. 3 wonderful grown children, 6 loving grandchildren, and a life of joy, love, and fun. So I want to thank you all for stopping by Living Out Loud with Bill. And until next time, may God bless each of you and your families greatly indeed.